Howdy mates, good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, January 27th, 2021. I'm visiting a portion of the Buck Creek, which is I'm actually really close to my university. And as you can see, these are some man-made dams over here that help redirect the stream flow. But that's not the purpose of the video. That was just something I wanted to point out. However, you see that little covering right there? That is known as a CSO. It stands for the Combined Sewer Overflow. So essentially, this is where sewer discharges into the river. Because unfortunately, sometimes that sewage has to go somewhere. In terms of whether they have like a sewage treatment plant in Springfield, they may, but I really don't know personally. So you have to figure, with that in mind, there's certain nutrients that will promote some of the growth of algae that can happen in the Buck Creek. I've seen it happen before, every now and then. It doesn't happen too often, because usually with a stream, it's constantly moving. So nutrients don't always have the chance to accumulate, but it can still happen. So usually with freshwater, a lot of the sewage will be rich in phosphates. I mean, every now and then you'll have nitrates too, but usually within freshwater ecosystem, you have phosphates, And like in a marine setting, you'll see more of the nitrogen. So here, it actually gives you the warning that they do not want you to swim in this water, because it is absolutely, disgusting. And it's even worse, especially during the warmer months, where you can really smell the stink coming from, the sewage. So you figure you're smelling your phosphates, and you're also smelling that methane that's built up. Oh yeah, it ain't good. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this is probably one of the most contaminated streams in the area. You definitely do not want to drink this water at all. So they actually have a good reason that swimming is not permitted. But so real quick, I just want to show you guys one more little portion of this area, and then that should probably about wrap up the video. So give me just a second. Here we go. Alrighty, so I just want to show you guys this part. So now, in this part of Springfield, we can actually see a lot of the Dolomite right here. I mean, look at that. That's so cool. It like protrudes from the yard. But the area that I'm at, it's also known as Cliff Park. They call it that because like along this road right here, as you guys see in front of you, this whole area, you can just see rock wall. Even right in the city. Isn't that cool? Or what? So you figure some of this formation is from past glaciation, and with the fact that Ohio, way back in the day, used to practically be under an ocean, especially during the Silurian times, long time ago. But part of this area, prior to some of redirection of the Buck Creek, used to run through this area, because you can kind of see how there's a little bit of a gorge, more or less. I mean, obviously a lot of this rock had to be put away because of that building that's not too far from there. I think that's like an art museum or something. I honestly really don't know, because I've never been in it. But yeah, they call this area Cliff Park. And you may also be wondering, what in the world is that statue? Well, that is actually dedicating to Tecumseh. So it actually talks a bit about him. Yep. So he was actually in this area, and he was born at the Peckaway Village, which is now known as the George Rogers Clark Park, which I have done content on that place in the past. But he was one of the tribal people of the Shawnee who tried to unite many of the native tribes when settlement was happening. However, though, he wasn't very successful, and unfortunately he passed away during the Battle of the Thames, which was like, I believe that was up by Canada, something like that, something of the sort. But Tecumseh was definitely one of the most important leaders during his time. So this area of Ohio really dedicates a lot of history regarding him. So alright, I think that about wraps it up. Hope you guys got something out of the video. And once again, enjoy your Wednesday, and Journey on a Journey is out. Take care, folks.